Hi, I'm Suzanne Mattaboni, and welcome. This is the annual general meeting for Pennwriters 2020. I am the Area 6 representative and also the interim PR chair up until actually yesterday. So we are doing this recorded for your benefit. And to start us off, I'm going to introduce Hilary Hauck, who is our current Pennwriters president. She has been for several terms, who's a member of Area 4. So I will start off giving the floor to Hilary.
Thank you so much, Suzanne. Suzanne Mattaboni, as she said, is our Area 6 representative, interim PR chair, and our gracious tech host this weekend. Welcome, everybody, to the Pennwriters Annual General Meeting of 2020. Thank you for joining us today. I really hope you and your loved ones are safe and healthy. This is the first time we've streamed our annual general meeting through a screen. Today, many of us had expected to be in Lancaster at our 33rd Annual General Conference. I wish we could have been together, sharing our knowledge, learning, networking, but the world had other things in store for us. I do want to recognize our two conference co-coordinators for 2020, Leslie Tobin Smeltz and Eileen Gauntz, who put more than a year of effort into planning the conference, only to see it not happen. So thank you, Leslie and Eileen. In the past few months, I put a bit of thought into what I would say to you at the beginning of the annual general conference, because this will be the last time I address you as president of Pennwriters. And every time I think about it, it's all about gratitude. It's about my gratitude for you. Thank you, Pennwriters, for putting your trust in me and allowing me to serve you in the organization. Thank you, board members, past and present. You have been amazing to work with, and I've learned something from every single one of you. Immense thanks also to the incoming board members and to those of you taking new positions on the board. I want to also thank the many volunteers for Pennwriter events and behind the scenes. We couldn't do it without you. Thanks also to the critique meetings and the general writers meetings, leaders, and the people who attend, the members who attend those meetings and who participate and share their creativity and knowledge. I had expected to give you all this thanks from the wonderful courtyard at the Doubletree Resort in Lancaster. It would have been our first time holding a conference at that location. We would have shared some conversation, maybe some hugs, remember those, and maybe raised a glass in cheers in the evening. But like story, life often has unanticipated things in store for us. So here we are looking at each other through a screen, suitably distanced, while nearly every aspect of our lives has been impacted. These are challenging times. Also times of opportunity. As writers, we have the opportunity to chronicle history in the making. Some of us have more free time in the past than in the past. And for some of us, hardship can elevate our creativity and it can give us greater purpose. But for many of us, it can also stifle our creativity and rob us of our focus. Many of us have felt the emotional and the mental strain of these unprecedented times as life changes beyond all recognition. And it's difficult to sit down and pour out the words. Also, many of us had in-person events to engage with our readers and sell our books. And as if marketing wasn't tricky enough, now we have to totally rethink our strategy. And this is a time more than any other in our 33 plus years of our organization, Pennwriters. It's more than ever, we have to share our understanding, our knowledge, our opportunities, and our support. And so this is why we decided today, after our annual general meeting, to have a bit of mini madness. We can't meet in person, but we can share some time and knowledge and support from the safety of our homes. You may have participated in the read and critique last night. You might have meditated with Madhu this morning from Mindful Writers. This afternoon, you'll have the opportunity to hear from more Pennwriters faculty with some mini classes with very timely relevance for our times, and Q&A sessions with renowned Pennwriter authors Susan Meyer and Jonathan Mabry. This is all brought to you thanks to the generosity of our faculty who have embraced this spirit of giving and paying forward and are generously donating their time to us. So before I pass you back to Suzanne, I want to thank you all once again for this opportunity of serving you. And I want to wish you all the very best with your writing. And I want to raise a glass and wish you the very best of health. Cheers.
Thank you. Thanks very much, Hilary. Next, I'm going to introduce Susan Gourley, who is the Pennwriters Secretary and has been for several terms. She's a writer of romance and epic fantasy. So Susan, I give the floor to you for the 2019 General Meeting minutes.
Thank you, Suzanne. On May 4th, the membership received an email where you were requested to vote for the first time, an online vote to approve the general meeting minutes from 2019. Thank you to everyone who did vote. There were enough people who voted for a quorum. So I'm just announcing that the minutes were accepted and will go into the record. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks very much. Okay, so our next report is our treasurer's report from Jackie Schaffmaster. Jackie's been our treasurer for several terms, and you may recognize her from diligently keeping track of our raffle tickets, and she also keeps track of the entire budget for the organization. So Jackie, the floor is yours.
Good morning. So my report this morning is just to give an overview of Pennwriters' financial status at the time. We currently have about $45,000 cash assets for Pennwriters. And that is about where we'll probably stay for the end of this fiscal year. Probably drop a little bit more to about 43,000, a little bit lower than we normally end with, but based on, the unforeseen events this year, we lost some income from conference income and also potential memberships. There also were a few more expenses this year from the new website. So there were some additional fees incurred with getting that up. So looking forward to the end of the year, we'll probably have a net loss this year of about probably $3,000. Until we get everything in, I won't know for sure. But we still have, like I said, we'll be sitting on about $43,000 moving into the next fiscal year, which is right around the corner. And at that point, we'll be receiving funds from membership renewals and hopefully new joining members as well. So I feel that moving forward and preparing for the upcoming year and the conference in 2021, we're, Pennwriters will still be able to move forward and continue providing the services to our members that they always have. And that's it.
Okay. All right, Jackie, thank you very much for that report. Our next report is from our elections committee. So that's our election committee chairman, Dave Freas, who's a longtime Pennwriters member. So Dave, you have the floor.
Okay, I guess I can stand on it. There really isn't much to report. We only had a 34% response rate again. And, I think we can do better, but I don't know how to make it happen, and I'm open for suggestions. I want to thank Mark Borma again for guiding this Luddite through the process. And the members of the MSA committee for getting the candidates in a timely manner, and such good candidates too. And the other candidates too for providing stuff in a timely manner. The winners are, raise your hand, Susan Gourley, you are our new president. Our vice president is Bobby Carducci, she retains the office. Area 1 rep is Todd Main, again, he's an old guard. Area 3 rep, Stephanie Claypool, she's a previous office holder. Area 5 rep is Rob Teplitz, he's a new one. And the Area 7 rep is Terry Friedman, as she has been. And we have an MSA candidate to be announced later. That's about all I have. If you have any questions, email me or ask me now or yell at me or whatever you want to do. That's it.
Okay, thank you very much, and congratulations to everyone. All right, at this point, then I will give the floor back to Sue Gourley, who has another greeting for you.
If I might just interrupt, if we're in person, we could have some gesture of passing on this responsibility, but we can't. But first of all, let me congratulate you, Sue. It's been an absolute pleasure to work with you as secretary, and I have absolutely every confidence you will lead with diligence and grace. And I'm so glad Pennwriters is in such excellent hands. And as a symbolic passing of the torch, I would like to pass a gavel to you.
Thank you, Hilary. I've got this. And a little more symbolic of that, Hilary has carried a heavy load, helping with more things across the organization than just being president. I actually asked her before I put my name in the hat, is it always going to be like this, Hilary? You're doing so many things and wearing so many hats. And it was an exceptional year for a lot of reasons that Hilary has already mentioned. But I want to thank you again, Hilary, for handing me the tools that I need to carry on the mission of Pennwriters. I joined the board more than 5 years ago as secretary, and with a lot of support have learned a lot about Pennwriters, but every day I'm learning more. But one thing I have learned and I'm humbled by is the passion and enthusiasm and dedication that all the board members give to Pennwriters, and they do it out of a love for the organization. So thank all of you for the last 5 years, and I know that will continue forward. And the challenges of the past few months have been softened by the understanding, the patience, and positivity of the membership. We received many emails from members when we had to make some unfortunate announcements in support of us, and it was very much appreciated by the board members. The future for our organization may hold even more challenges. How can we plan for events in the fall or next spring when we don't even know if we'll ever be able to buy Clorox wipes again in the grocery store? But we're going to plan because we're writers, and writers are resilient. Writers persevere. When we have something that takes a turn as a disappointment, we don't give up, we don't stop, we don't quit. Instead, we edit it, we rework it, and we create something new and shiny, like last night's reading critique, our first online session in that. And we have later today, or we already had some this morning, but later today, something more that's brand new for Pennwriters. And it's already been successful, will continue to be successful, and is opening new avenues for us that we'll explore. Who knows what we'll try next. I'm very confident that our talented and vibrant membership, along with a board that is gifted with many veteran members and a lot of enthusiastic newcomers, that Pennwriters will grow and serve all the writers that put their trust in us. Thank you for trusting me. And it's not Thor's hammer that Hilary gave me, but I will try to be worthy of the trust that you've given me. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, that was terrific. I wish we could all clap, but just so you know out there, if we do, then it switches the screen, so so we can't. But those are wonderful sentiments, and I echo all of them. Okay, next we have Sandra Bush, who's going to speak to you about the winners of the 2020 Annual Writing Contest. Sandra has been the Area 5 representative for 2 terms and is the author of the novels Money Man and Money Man Maroon by Year of the Book Press. And she's going to be continuing on the board now as acting secretary. So Sandy, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Suzanne. I appreciate that. I'm honored to be able to introduce the winners of this year's writing contest. On behalf of the Pennwriters Board, the contest coordinator, and all the judges, thank you to everyone who had the courage to submit your work for criticism. It takes a lot of courage to put your work out there, and hopefully you will get some really good feedback as a result of your courage. And the contest coordinator has asked that I tell everyone they should have their feedback by June 1st. That's the goal. Hopefully sooner, but we're going for June 1st. And certificates will be sent out to everyone, but we have no idea exactly when that will happen. And also some important news about the winners from the 2019 and 2018 from last year and the year before. They're being given an extra year to redeem their prizes. So that's really good news for those folks that were looking forward to doing that this year. They have some extra time to do that. So with no further ado, and hopefully I won't mispronounce anyone's name. Please forgive me if I do, but I'd like to now introduce the winners. Okay, the first category is nonfiction winners. And first place is awarded to Between Rocks and a Hard Place by Laura Savino. Second place, Words in the Kitchen by Hannah Hattaton K. And third place goes to The Bell by Maggie DeMasso. So congratulations to all those nonfiction winners. The next award is Novel Beginnings. First place, The Healer of Geistville by Michael Malinchak. Second place, Strange Fire by Joel Burkhat. And third place goes to Stolen Ember by Johanna Greenlaw. So congratulations to all those Novel Beginning winners. Our next category is poetry winners. First place, Mademoiselle Boissiere Knitting by Elizabeth Bodian. Second place, Laugh Lines by Susan Manchin. And third place, No, My Friend, It Is Not by Amanda Spann. So congratulations to all of our poetry winners. And last but not least, the short story winner category. First place goes to Turn, Turn by Linda Jean Rymond. Second place, Resting Place by Gretchen Lockwood. And for third place, there is a tie between The Keeper of Secrets by Paul Teese and Choices by David McPherson. So congratulations to all of our winners. And thank you very much.
Terrific. Yes, congratulations to everyone. That's definitely terrific news. Okay, next we have Leslie Smeltz regarding our Meritorious Service Award. Leslie, as you've heard, was our last conference chair. She's been a conference chair in the past as well. And she's also served a few terms as the public relations chair for Pennwriters. So Leslie, take it away. You get to announce the next winner.
Good morning. This year's Meritorious Service Award winner joined Pennwriters in 2005. They jumped wholeheartedly into the author advocate position in 2008. For the next 3 years, they promoted opportunities for published Pennwriters and planned the Published Authors Luncheon at the annual conference. In January of 2011, they stepped down from the author advocate position to take the role of Area 3 representative. In that role, they planned area workshops and wrote a regular column about opportunities for writers of all levels in the Pittsburgh area and beyond. They received a doctorate in the phenomenology of religion from the University of Pittsburgh and completed a postdoctoral fellowship at Harvard University. For 15 years, they taught at Wellesley and Wheaton and at the University of Pittsburgh. In 2011, they founded the Mindful Writers Group, where they lead writers through meditation and writing sessions. One group has now grown into 5, including the online Mindful Writers Group. They have published images of Indian goddesses, myths, meanings, and models, and A Goddess is Born, as well as 2 illustrated books for young adults, Hinduism and Buddhism. They are also an award-winning fiction writer. They released their debut story collection, Chance Meetings, Stories About Cross-Cultural Karmic Collisions and Compassion, in 2015. Their debut novel, An Immigrant Wife, Her Spiritual Journey, was published in 2016, and the second, The Last Suti, in August 2017. Their enthusiasm and volunteerism has been invaluable to Pennwriters. The 2020 Meritorious Service Award goes to Madhu Wangu. Congratulations, Madhu. You will be presented with your award next year on stage in front of conference attendees so that you can be properly recognized. Congratulations. And that's it for me.
Okay. Thanks very much, Leslie. And forgive me if I did not mention, Leslie was last year's winner of the Meritorious Service Award. And congratulations to Madhu, and we will see you next year. Okay, now the floor goes back to Sue Gourley for old business.
I do not have any old business. Does anyone else have any old business to put forth at this time? Okay, thank you. Back to you, Suzanne.
Aha, okay. So next is new business. So in that case, I am going to introduce to you, we have 2 co-chairs for our 2021 Pennwriters Conference. So that would be Susan Sofayov, who is one of my dearest friends, who writes women's fiction, including Defective, The Kiddish Ladies, and the award-winning Jerusalem Stone by Black Opal Books. And we also have our co-chair, Janet McClintock, who writes action thrillers, including the Iron Angels thriller series, also published by Black Opal Books. We're very happy that they've taken on this responsibility for next year. And so Susan and Janet, on to you.
Susan asked me.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Susan.
This is an exciting opportunity for Janet and I. This is our joined Pennwriters when I was working on my first novel, and have been addicted to the organization ever since. So I'm looking forward to next year and the challenges that's going to bring, because we have already encountered our first challenge. But we'll work around it, we'll get around it, And I have faith that next year we will all be sitting in scenic, tropical Pittsburgh, doing what we do best, helping each other become better writers. Janet?
I agree. I was honored when Susan asked me to co-chair with her. And I think we've been bouncing around some ideas, and I think some of them may come to fruition. So I'm really excited to be a part of the team, as well as a little bit scared, but I know we have a lot of talent as backup, and I think it'll be a great conference next year. Suzanne?
Okay, yes. Well, thank you both very much. We're all very excited about next year, and I'm sure we'll all really need a conference by then. All right, next I'm going to give you back to Sue Gourley because we've come to our closing remarks. So Sue?
Oh, thank you again, Suzanne, and thank you for being our MC today. You guided us very well through our first online meeting. Thank all the members who have joined the meeting and here on Pennwriters Presents. And please feel free to make any comments in the comment area. And if you stay tuned throughout this afternoon, there's a whole lot more goodness coming to you from May Mini Madness and beyond. Going into the next few months, you're going to hear more good things coming to you and more about next year's conference. If I could have a motion to dismiss the meeting.
Before we do, I have
Yes.
a question.
Yes, Dave.
I've been meaning to ask this for the last, I don't know, however many years I've been plaguing you. Do we need a motion to approve the election results?
We have not done that in the past. Since the members voted on them already, I do not know that we need a motion to accept them because the members have voted and therefore accepted them. But,
Okay, just wanted to double check.
okay. So can I have a motion to dismiss? Thank you, Sandy. And can I have a second for that motion? Thank you. And everyone who approves, please raise your hand. Okay, thank you. And goodbye until next time.
All right. Thanks very much, everyone, for joining us. We're going to sign off and have a great day listening to the rest of our content. And thanks again.